Different people have different reaction to death. I don't know, for us as a family, reaction around death, our hearts kind of skip. Anytime we have something that we have to clear off. I remember the very first death that we got into as a unit. We just newly got married and we had to carry out a particular project. So we had to borrow to do it. And so most morning, every time we pray during our morning devotion, no Lord, death cancellation. We used to hear death cancellation in different sermons. And so we thought maybe this will be the way out of this situation. But after weeks and weeks and weeks about praying, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying our own experience. I'm sharing our own experience. And so after a while, it just dawned on us that, hey, we're not making progress around it. Maybe the people who will be responsible for counseling this death are the two of us who actually got into this death. So from there, we started now trusting God that where are the opportunities? How can we expand our income? And how can we minimize what we are spending? Because sometimes the resources that are already coming in might actually be enough for you to set up a plan to cancel that debt. So we looked inward in terms of how can we reduce in terms of unnecessary expenses and how can we grow our income. So we did both. So, for example, we started searching for other places where we can exploit. And that month, opportunity came for me, opportunity came for my wife. And within a couple of weeks, we paid off that debt that we've been praying for weeks and weeks and weeks. And that became instructive that sometimes what you have is enough. And what I mean by what you have is enough, I mean by the income coming into your family, the ideas you already have, the skill set you already have is enough to get you out of that situation. You just need to think about it differently. So we're going to be sharing some other plans and some other actions that we carried out. But before, I will hand over to my wife to say something.
I wanted to react to what you said because someone watching us might think, in reality, what I have is not enough. So if you think what you have is not enough, then you need to jump out. You need to go for what you need. What you need may be out there. It might just be that you need to go acquire skills. You've probably assessed your skills and realized that I don't have the skills. I could do better with more. So don't stay in your comfort zone. Just step out.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely. So, because I read the book some time ago, it said, what you have in your house is expenses. The income is from outside. You have to go outside and get it. So one of the things we did, which at the beginning my wife was kind of like maybe we shouldn't do this, was more like writing down what exactly we owed.
That was a hard one.
Why did you have that?
Just uncomfortable. We're talking. I think if you haven't seen our video on budget game, you need to go watch it.
Yes.
And I don't know if we mentioned there that it's really something that could be very difficult because at that point when you're looking at it, the debt just seems so overwhelming. What's the point writing it down? Looking at the figures, it will make your heart beat faster.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yes.
And so that was our first thing that we needed to crack. We needed to say what is exact figure. Confront it. Yes, confront it. Someone said when you document it, the problem is half solved. There's some truth in that because it gives you clarity. So we first of all we documented it. How much do we owe at the moment? And so once we saw that, it just became easier. The idea to how to resolve it just started rushing in. So the next thing we talked about was about creating a plan. We had to create a plan because it's not enough for you to just have this wishful thinking. You have to create a plan. Okay, how much more can you earn from a place of work? How much more can I earn from a place of work? What do we do? So we created that plan. And then at the point, I didn't have something quite specific. I had to push for it. I had to ask. And then I realized one thing, that once you have a plan, things begin to fall in place.
That's right.
So I got called for some opportunity just like that. I knew it was not just like that. It was because we placed a demand on God to be able to help us out. So that was another case. We created a plan and then we followed the plan.
Following through.
People create a plan.
May be tough.
Sometimes people create plan and they don't follow through. So one person is saying, this suffering is too much. Let me just enjoy my life. Please,
I think that's where delayed gratification also comes in. Because with your plan, you have to stick to it.
I like that. Delayed gratification is a critical part. So because without you doing that, you can have a plan, but that plan will not be followed. You'll not be able to follow that plan too. So documenting, have a plan, follow through, believe that you're going to come out the other side. That's one key thing that we also did. Because if you don't believe it, the emotional commitment you have to put in through to follow through when it's painful, you will not have it.
And as we sign out, I'll just ask, do you believe you can get out of debt? It is possible.
It is possible.
I remain Chidi Akunna.
And I'm still Victor Akunna.
See you on the next one.
Bye, guys.